Hi, it's Lisa here and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. So in today's video I wanted to talk to you about the tips that I've learned and I've also experienced in how to save money. And it's a big thing at the moment for myself and my partner as we are trying to save money for a particular reason, and that is my first tip actually. So really, in order to save money, the best thing to do is to have a goal in mind. So it may be you want to save money for a house, you want to go on holiday, you want, I don't know, a new sofa, something. You need to have a goal in mind and what the kind of estimated cost is going to be, or how much you want to reach. So at the moment we're saving as we want to go travelling. We've got something planned later on this year and we have a figure in mind. So what we're trying to do is to make sure that any money we put aside we put into that, towards that really. And my next tip is the most important one: to pay yourself first. Because we've all had those months when you're getting to the end of the month and you want to save money but you've got nothing left because you've spent it on this, that, entertainment, going out, clothes, extra bills, whatever. You've spent it and there's nothing left to save. So you need to pay yourself first. And by that I mean when you get your check, your salary, into your bank, you immediately put a slice of that money into a separate bank account. It could be the same bank account, but it needs to be a savings bank account, and you put it away straight away. And the best thing to do is to know how much you're willing to put away. So that's the next tip, is to have a budget. So you need to know how much you want to save or can save in a month, and then put that away straight away. So your budget, you need to look at what you get paid, the things that will have to go out, so your bills, and then obviously you've got the other items that you may want, some clothes, or you need to get out, or you need to buy fuel to get to work, so you need to make sure you budget for all of that. Have a figure that you can save and put that away first at the start of the month. My next tip is a bit along the lines of the budget, but basically is to cut the non-essential items. So you know that you're saving for, say, a holiday, and instead of going out with drinks with your friends, then just think that you don't have that now, because you know that you can have drinks on holiday and it's going to be a lot better, things like that. And also, you might want to cut out buying clothes for a short amount of time. You might want to cut out just going out and everything that's non-essential in order to save for your goal. And my next tip in that is obviously related to it, is if you want to have drinks or you want to have food with your friends, you want a meal, then why not do it at your own house or at their house, or down the park or something like that, where you can buy things a lot cheaper from the supermarket and you can make it at home, you can have drinks at home. It's a lot easier. Myself and my partner Dave, we did that a couple of weeks ago. We invited a couple of friends over and we had an amazing night. It was like a cheese and wine night, and they bought some cheeses over, we had some as well. They bought a bottle of wine and we bought a bottle of wine, and it was just a great night, just of eating, drinking, chatting and having a good time. So it's well worth it basically. My next tip is to tell your family and friends that you are saving for a goal in mind. So if they know that you're saving for a house, if they do ask you to go out for a meal, you can tell them you just can't afford to do it at the moment, and then they'll be able to understand the reason why. It's not you just saying, no, I can't be bothered. It's you saying, no, I've got more important things at the moment. I need to save for a house. But then obviously you could say to them, what about if we just have it round our house instead? So you can always give people an alternative. if they ask you to come out and about. And the next tip is how you think about money. So whenever you're spending anything, so if you like a leather jacket, say, and it's, you know, £100, you know, think about money in terms of what you've had to do in order to get that money. So how many hours have you actually worked at your job in order to get that money? And then think about, is it worth it? You know, is having another jacket worth it? Or, you know, if you're going to a meal, is it actually worth it doing that? Or is it better just to not purchase that item because of how much you've had to work towards it? It really does help sometimes, because you know that you're having to work 2, 3, 4 hours, maybe a whole week in order to purchase that item. And when you think about it like that, it does switch the mindset really. One other great tip is to actually prepare for your holidays or birthdays that you have during the year. So what I like to do is I actually put any spare change I have away, and this can also mean like £2 coins. So for a while we had £2 coins, which we still have now, and every time I got one from a person from the shop, I was like, oh, you know, because they don't come around very often, I used to put them away. I've kind of stopped doing that with £2 coins, but I've now started doing it with £5 notes. And that obviously helps the money grow a lot quicker, and it's just really good because you don't really get many £5 notes with your change. And whenever I get one, I put it down the inside of my purse, and then when I get home I can put it into a little tub I have with my change in. It does help because when I went on holiday a few months back, I actually had saved £100 in £5 notes, and that meant that it wasn't a massive chunk coming out of my monthly salary, because it had been taken out slowly and steadily over the last like 2 months or so, 2 or 3 months. And that's what I'm doing again. I'm gonna go on holiday in July, end of July, August, and I've already started putting some money away, and hopefully I'd like to think that I'd have about 150 maybe even £200 in £5 notes, and that will really help to have that spending money but not kind of affect what's in my bank account that month. So that's a great tip for you. Another tip is to unsubscribe from everything in your inbox that's related to shops and buying and anything like that that can kind of grab your attention and make you want to purchase something, because these emails are ever so crafty, they're great marketing. You know, they've got those deals in there, they've got you know, you can have this much % off, you've got the sales, and it's just to entice you to their website and get you to spend money. So the less that you have of those emails, the better. I probably still have a couple in my inbox just so that I am aware of deals that I can get, but I always look at the item and think, actually, do I need it? You know, if I don't need it, I won't buy it. So you can kind of be good like that, or obviously you can be good the other way and just unsubscribe altogether. Another great way to save more money is actually to look at your bills. So I probably should have said this a bit earlier, but you do need to look at your bills. Maybe there's something that you can save on. So obviously rent is one that you can't save on whilst you're renting. However, if it comes to the end of the lease, you may be able to get a cheaper place somewhere else, you know, in a different area, or whether it's 2-bedroom and you can move to 1-bedroom. Have a look at that. Also things like your gas, electricity, maybe your phone bill, things like that. And also your like non-essential items. So I'm kind of researching at the moment. I have Dropbox, which is really good and handy because it's over multiple devices, and I can just save something here at home, but I can also pick it up at work as well. But that is about £70 a year, and the alternative is to buy an external hard drive and just bring it with you. So I am considering that, and obviously things like iTunes and Amazon Music, need to look at that and decide whether you want it, do you get enough use out of it, or whether to get rid of it altogether. And the last tip is to stay out of places where you are tempted to shop. So this may be online or actually places that you may go to. So I live quite close to Birmingham, and it's a big city centre. There's lots of shops there. To be fair, I don't enjoy shopping that much, so it's not that bad for me, but you can get tempted a lot when you're walking through, and also online as well, as I said. So try not to go to those places. Maybe just, if you need to go out of the weekend, just go to the park, have a walk, do something, you know, that's free as well. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed all of these tips. If there's any that you can think of, then please leave them below. I'd love to hear from them. And I hope they do help you to save some money. I'm going to try and save even more than I can, and to get me to my goal and to do some travelling. So I hope you've enjoyed it, as I said, and I'll see you next time. Bye.